Hello, Business 493 students. This is Professor Hassey, and this is my off week video for our Business 493 Personal Money Management class. The date is Saturday, November 13th, and this is an introduction to our class number 3 scheduled for this coming Friday evening at 6 o'clock via remote on the internet. You have assignment 2 this week to complete. It's due tomorrow evening, Sunday. And then we start our topic of investments this week. Part of the assignment 2 is to update your portfolio as of Friday, November 12th. And I'll be talking about that in just a minute. So our next class is this coming Friday, November 19th. Our topic is investments, chapter 4. We'll be looking at stocks, bonds, 401ks, IRAs, ETFs, mutual funds, all different kinds of things to help us understand the investment world. But first, let's take a look at what we have to do this weekend. We have assignment number 2 due this Sunday. Some of you have already completed, but it needs to be done by tomorrow night. And again, it's some questions about understanding Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Explain those. Then I have a question on examples of borrowing money using a spreadsheet to determine that. What I want you to do is create or have a spreadsheet, and in that spreadsheet, type in 1, 2, 3, 4 different cells. I want you to type in this information and then use a formula as indicated here to come up with the amount that's being borrowed. So in other words, I want you to put in or set up a blank spreadsheet, type in those cells, payment, rate, term, and in those cells, in the next cell over, type in $500, type in your interest rate, all right, which is 6%. Type in on the next one, type in the term, which is 48 for 48 months. And in the cell underneath it, B4, I put in that formula equals PV B2 divided by 12, comma B3, comma minus B1, and you'll be able to determine the amount being borrowed of this. So it's interesting. It's taking this information in cell B2, it's taking the information in cell B3, and it's taking the information in cell B1 to come up with how much you're borrowing on this loan. I'd like you to go ahead and do that. It's kind of just a fun thing, or not a fun thing. Nothing's fun when it comes to assignments, but it's a good way of practicing and putting in a formula and seeing how that works out in a spreadsheet. Then I want you to do an explanation of an example of determining the difference between spending plan and a budget plan. We require you to maybe look up some things. And then I want you to update your stock portfolio as of Friday, November 12th. Here's an example of that stock portfolio. Remember, our class began in doing the portfolio as of November 1st. And we found an investment of stocks. I chose Apple, Microsoft, GE, and Walt Disney. We found the stock price on that day. We determined how much we were investing, and we divided the stock price into the amount of vesting to come up with our number of shares, which we rounded to the nearest whole dollar. We also found the 3 different market indexes, the Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ, which are indicators of the overall stock or equity markets. Now what I'd like you to do is take those information and find your stock prices as of Tuesday or Friday, November 12th, and put those stock prices here. What you'll have to do though is then, and I explained this in our last class, you'll have to copy these shares down to here and just put them in as values. All right. This will be copied down here and paste as values. Then you'll do a formula in this cell, multiplying your new stock price as of Friday the 12th times the amount of shares you originally purchased, and you'll get this number. And you can see the formula in that cell. This portfolio is posted in the week 2 or class 2 Blackboard, so you can use this as your example. Then you're going to update the 3 indexes as of Friday, November 12th. And then you're going to find the difference. You're going to have the total, and then you're going to find the difference between your portfolio of November 12th and November 1st, and determine the percentage gain of that portfolio. So you'll find the percentage gain by taking the difference between your Dow from November 12th to November 1st, put it into this formula and find the percentage. So this spreadsheet already has the formulas. I'd like you to put it together just like this for your particular stocks in assignment number 2. So you're turning in 2 files in assignment number 2. You're turning in a file with the answers of questions 1 and 3, and then questions 2 and your portfolio will be on a spreadsheet. So on your portfolio spreadsheet, you can just create a new tab, and then put in that information given to you in question 2 for the information, and do the cell formula and have this as your answer to question 2 on your portfolio spreadsheet in another tab. If any of you have any questions or concerns about that, please feel free to contact me this weekend if you have any concerns. Okay, so as we get ready for our class for next Friday, November 19th, remember you go to the assignment section and go to assignment 2, and you'll post your answers, your files for the answers for that assignment. Here's a sample of that portfolio I was just talking about, a sample spreadsheet that you can use as a format if you so desire, and you post that work to assignment number 2. In class number 3 file folder, investments, which is for our class next Friday, there's our agenda, which you've seen already in this video, but you just click that, and that's our agenda of what we're going to be talking about next Friday evening. Here's some PowerPoint of which I'll be lecturing next Friday. Some examples of stocks and bonds. This is a Disney stock. This is a Pennzoil bond, and a couple of very good videos explaining stocks and bonds that I encourage you to watch prior to our class. And then some additional information which we'll be going over in class next Friday. So that's our prep for next week. You have to finish your assignment this week. One last thing, if you remember from our last class, I asked you all to sign up for a professor meeting, which not many of you have done. I've had one meeting so far with a student. I had to reschedule 2 other students, and they're coming to see me on Monday, November 15th. But that leaves Tuesday and Wednesday next week wide open for our other students in this class. Remember, this is part of your class participation grade. If you do not make an appointment and see me, that's going to affect your class participation grade in this class. So for those students who have yet to sign up for me for a Zoom individual meeting, please do so this weekend and schedule for either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of next week. This is part of our class. So that's the status of what we have coming into our next week, class number 3, assignment number 2 due this weekend. Again, I'll be around this weekend if you have any questions or concerns, but I look forward to seeing you all if not, my professor meeting with you this week and in class next Friday night. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Adios.